The Eagles blew out the 49ers 31-7 as the 49ers shuffled quarterbacks to have 5 total quarterbacks starting for them this year. Absolutely crazy. This has sparked so much. Oh my God, is Jalen Hurts ready for the moment? Is Nick Sirianni really doing his thing? Is the team, like there's just so much going around this right now. And we're acting like Jalen Hurts didn't go damn 14-1 as a starter this year. And I'm tired of the disrespect for Jalen Hurts. I seriously am. And this is the time for me to give Jalen Hurts his flowers now that he is in the Super Bowl. Everybody listen up for a true assessment of Jalen Hurts. The definition of having the spotlight taken from you and having to rewrite your story and gain your respect again, which it should have never been lost, in my opinion. Transferred from Alabama to Oklahoma after Tua took his job. And I think we all know now, this is really funny now that I've got to start in this point out like this. I think we all know now that Tua is not as good as Jalen Hurts. Tua was hot on the spot because he came in and threw the game-winning touchdown against my Dogs to Devontae Smith, which is so crazy how things come all the way around. But today, anyone that's on this panel with me, or in the comments rather, that you're going to be watching this video, whatever, on the shorts or medium form, whatever, we know that Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback than Tua. So clearly, I get it. Nick Saban win now. Alabama, big powerhouse. Like they were kind of in that transition of, okay, now we might be putting quarterbacks into the league. But we know that Jalen Hurts is better than Tua Tagovailoa right now. Being replaced in the championship game by Tua, like I said. And in my opinion, if you ask me, he was the second or third best quarterback in this draft behind Joe Burrow and possibly Justin Herbert. I'm not going to be here for that debate. Herbert's great. Hurts is also awesome. I think their effect on the game is about even. I will say that Hurts is in a Super Bowl. Hurts has, got multiple playoff wins. Hurts was the 1 seed. Hurts is in the MVP conversation. And I'm not going to take anything away from Justin Herbert, but in terms of that draft, he was definitely the second or third best quarterback in that draft behind Joe Burrow. And like I said, possibly Justin Herbert as well. Second in Heisman votes behind Joe Burrow. And people don't remember that Joe Burrow actually won that Heisman voting by a landslide. Largest margin of victory ever in Heisman history. And people seem to fail to realize that, obviously Tua got hurt as well. But if Tua maybe didn't get hurt, he would have been the number 1 overall pick. But I also believe that if Joe Burrow wouldn't have happened, we're probably looking at Jalen Hurts as the Heisman and the number 1 overall pick. I don't know. I've always been a Jalen Hurts supporter. And I'm definitely not going to let it stop now. Now, when he got drafted, the Eagles took him in a puzzling way when Wentz had just been paid an absolute boatload of money, and now he has taken major leaps in his last 2 seasons. He's one of the best rushing quarterbacks in the league. He's highly intelligent. He's poised. He's accurate. Now people are saying that the Eagles have been loaded all year and that Jalen isn't having to do a lot, which is semi-true. But let me tell you the numbers here for a second. So he did only throw for about Lamar Jackson type numbers here, 3,700 yards, 22 touchdowns. But don't act like his impact hasn't been seen and felt on the field all season long. He accounted, y'all ready for this one? He accounted for 35, 13 of which were rushing touchdowns, 35 touchdowns of the 59 offensive touchdowns that the Eagles have scored this year. So that's 59%. You go look at the Joe Burrows, the Josh Allens, the Justin Herberts, the Patrick Mahomes of the league. They're floating around that low 60, mid 60, somewhere around in the 60% range. And it's like, oh, Adam, 59% for Jalen Hurts. Oh my God, it's not 65. Really? Are your eyes lying to you? Are we really going to sit here and say that Jalen Hurts being in the MVP conversation behind freaking Patrick Mahomes, for crying out loud? Oh yeah, they're both in the Super Bowl. We're really going to sit here and say that he shouldn't be given his flowers and that, the team's loaded. And, I'm not going to get too much further into it, but I love Jalen Hurts. That's my guy. You can argue whether he's Bama built or, from Oklahoma as a Sooner any day of the week. I don't give a damn. I really don't. I love that my boy's in the Super Bowl, and it is what it is there. Now let's take a look at the fact that his legs did also account for 13 of those touchdowns. He was 4th in the league for all players. 4th in the league for all players rushing touchdowns. Accounted for 60% of his total offensive touchdowns for his team that's in the Super Bowl. Oh, but the team is loaded. The team is loaded. It can't be. It cannot be Jalen Hurts. Yeah. Okay. It can't be Jalen. That's funny. It's just me on the panel, and I'm acting like I'm arguing with 4 people. But hey, this is why we love the show, right? Fourth in the league for all players in in rushing touchdowns. The offense was ninth, in pass yards per game. That's on the arm of Jalen Hurts. Oh, yeah, and they were top 9 in scoring and rush yards per game, too.